Good evening, your majesties. My name is Hayden Hartrick, and I'm the ringleader of this performance. And these are your jesters. We've got Clayton Chalman.
Hey, I'm a gamer today.
We've got Alex Pittner.
Hey, I'm a punk boy today.
We've got Collin Mims.
Hey, I put makeup on today to try to feel better about myself.
And we've got Brett Owen.
Hey, there's a reason this show has the same initials as Jesus Christ himself.
And this is Jest Quest! Clayton,
We're gonna get that one day.
You're a little,
Jesus
you're a little bit
Christ.
Twice.
You guys. Hello everybody. Welcome back to Jest Quest. Sorry we had a little bit of a week's delay. We didn't have anything out last week. World gets crazy sometimes.
It's the
Internet
weather.
shit goes around. It snows in Texas sometimes, and that just fucks everything up. But we're back. We're back this week to continue our adventures of this merry band of misfits in the city of Zaspros. So, before we get into anything, I want to just, talk about a couple things. First and foremost, as we said at the beginning of most of our sessions here, please follow us on our Twitter at JestQuestDND. That's where you'll get updates on a lot of show stuff, like if we have to delay a week or if something special comes up, like Collin giving us another beautiful piece of artwork of Monty and Micah having a snowball fight, which is just absolutely beautiful. That stuff goes on our Twitter. And you can probably also interact with us too. If you want to ask us questions or anything, feel free. I mean, we all, it should be pretty easy to find us from the actual Twitter if you want to just ask us questions or anything.
I know for a fact that Alex will sell you feet pics if you give him the right price. And our Twitter is a great way to get for that. Just add us and we'll get you them.
Mm-hmm.
Coming soon is actually at JestQuest Feet, which is it'll be its a whole own page. That we'll take care of.
Subscribe to our OnlyFans as well.
But yes, that is important stuff for important updates and stuff. And there's a couple of things that are coming around this session that I'm going to put on Twitter just so you can have them. And I think that's the only thing. We are eventually going to have music here on the stream. We're just trying to, figure out. Oh no!
It's the song of silence. That's what it is.
We will eventually have music on the stream. What we're trying to do is figure out the licensing.
Okay, am I back? Have I returned? Hello?
Hey,
yes,
you are. That probably means the whole stream froze, right?
No, I don't think so. I don't know if the whole stream froze.
It did. Hold up. Let me refresh it.
Hello?
Hold up.
I'm refreshing it.
God.
Let me get my mind right.
We were
There.
We
Okay,
were
cool.
crystal clear up until we started. Until the second we started.
Well, we made it a whole 5 minutes in before we had technical difficulties. I think that's a new record.
If shit starts going wrong in the stream, just start yelling poop butt farts in the chat over and over again, and
Or
somebody
don't.
will
You could
notice
just-
it.
Hayden, you said poop again.
Oh no!
Last time it ruined the stream and we had to upload a 20-minute video.
Okay,
Guys, go
okay,
watch
okay,
the
okay.
poop stream on YouTube.
Watch the poop stream.
This is the
So
poop butt
back to
stream.
where we were.
Back
Back to
on
where
me.
we were. Let's back on track. We were talking about music. We're gonna try to get music out there. For the stream, we're just trying to figure out licensing and how all that shit works, so we don't get sued our tiny little tushies off. But
Speak
yeah.
for yourself.
Does anybody else?
He is not tiny.
Anybody else have anything to bring to attention? If not, I think we'll hop just right into tonight's episode of Jest Quest. All right. So, last time we left off in the world of Delioros, the continent known as the Six Kingdoms, specifically in the Kingdom of All. A band of 4 adventurers had come together in the city of Mozetta, coming across a cabin in the woods where they fought a fire mage of sorts. They were able to handle him. He escaped narrowly, tried to burn down a huge bookshelf, but the party was able to extinguish it and found among the books a handwritten notebook that they couldn't read, and seemed to the text seemed to shift as they tried to read it. This sent them to the city of Zaspros, where the Library of All is located, a huge concentration of knowledge here in the Kingdom of All. As the party arrived in town, they found that there was a event coming up in the next week called the Spring Fling, which had quite a pretty penny of a prize attached to it. And they headed towards the Library of All to try to get this journal translated and to try to sign up for the Spring Fling. They met a warforged named who called himself the Librarian, who revealed to them that the book was under some sort of magic that kept it from being read, even though he recognized the script as primordial. He said with a fee of 50 gold, I believe, that the party paid, he would be able to find a way to break the curse and give a translation of the actual journal. And when trying to sign up for the Spring Fling, I keep calling it the tournament. I am sorry. It's just.
We did that to you.
Yeah. It was revealed that there is a 250 gold piece per party member entrance fee, to which the party couldn't pay. So they were able to find a sponsor, a man named Martin, who runs a shop called Tools and Tasks. They met a man named Martin Zaganos, who's a halfling, who offered to sponsor their party as long as they would wear cloaks resembling with the emblem of his store. As the party was winding down for an evening, they were met with another smaller man who petitioned them for a quest. They went out to a cave. It was revealed that this man was not a man, but a kobold. And they ventured down in the cave, eventually coming across a large, ancient dragon skeleton, which the kobold mogul connected with and said it was him. The party was paid for helping him take back the cave, and they left the cave back towards the city of Zaspros. So, your newly dubbed Candy Mafia, what would you like to do?
Oh man, we did go with that name, didn't we?
As of right now, there's still about 6 days until the Spring Fling.
Well, we already registered. The name's concrete. Oh, damn.
Yeah, we did register under Candy Mafia.
Yeah.
We'll live with that.
I'm gonna live up to the name. I promised last session. You're getting some candy sand, and
Yes!
some sugar.
Yeah, on my knees.
I take a little bit, sprinkle it in Thomas's mouth, like straight.
Oh,
Didn't wash my hands after I killed several of those guys, so like I hope you're okay with blood.
it doesn't matter. I'm
You
laughing on the
sprinkles
candy sand.
the sand in your mouth.
It's just sugar, right? That's what you candy.
I believe so, yeah.
Just still the funniest thing to it's all right.
You're good.
So,
I gotta ask, and this is for Hayden. What happened when we left the cave? Did Edson go, or excuse me, did Mogul go their separate way?
Mogul, I believe it was touched on briefly at the end of the last session, but Mogul said that he was going to remain in the cave and begin amassing his hoard again, and begin searching for a way to return his body to that of the dragon that he knows himself to be. You all hugged or if you wanted to, and parted ways as he said he wasn't going to be returning to the city of Zaspros for the time being.
I'm sorry. Before we go, I'm gonna leave a chocolate coin for him.
Okay.
Go ahead and start your wealth, buddy. And then
That's
get out.
adorable.
Of course.
I'm gonna leave one real gold piece.
Okay.
Just kidding. Yeah.
I feel like we got the roles swapped here. You're the
You're my supplier.
Speaking of gold,
Yeah.
we just became 500 gold pieces richer.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
And I'm wondering, because it actually works out pretty nicely if we wanted 100 to each of us, and then we can put that last 100 in the party gold funds to take care of future hotel expenses and stuff like that. And we can always all draw from it, I'm assuming, when needed.
Okay.
Does that work for everybody?
Yeah.
Or we could just split that last gold into 25 each, if that works better.
I feel like a communal fund would be good.
Cool.
The continued maintenance of a communal fund is something that we can all use. I think that's for the
Absolutely.
best.
Yes.
Then
I
we
agree.
got 150 party gold pieces right now.
Oh yeah. Thank you for keeping track of that, treasurer.
No problemo.
He's the
Jest Quest
bookie of the
treasurer.
Candy Mafia. Is what he is.
All right,
Oh,
so,
great. Now I went from having 4 gold to 104 gold.
Love that.
Big money
I
move.
also had 4 gold.
We spent it on caramel.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to spend all 100 on more caramel. I'm gonna book it towards the city.
So
No longer just little pebbles. It's like gold cane caramel bricks. You know.
So you head back towards Zaspros. Takes you not too long, maybe another few hours to get back from the cave. You return to the city. People are buzzing about. The town is every day that draws nearer. There's more and more excitement in the air as people are speculating over what this year's fling will be, what the theme will be, who will be competing since it's all newcomers this year. Just things here and there. As you reach back into the walls of the city, and you see the central monolith of the city that is the library of all, that can be seen from basically anywhere you're standing in the city. You look towards the center and you look up, and there's overarching is this 10-story massive building.
Like the Citadel from Half-Life or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or smaller. Okay.
I can't remember how many days we still have before the librarian estimated he'd be done.
You have approximately 3 days, because after you got back, it was
He said it would take 4 days. It's been a day.
It's been a day.
Cool.
It's actually drawing. Yeah, it's drawing to the end of your first full day since you've done this.
Because we went about midday then. It's probably about midday now that we're returning. We went in the morning.
Go. So what now, team?
I,
Honestly.
for one, would like to get lunch.
Ooh.
Well, about that, y'all, I actually have a proposition for y'all. We got to be eating right this week. I'm gonna make y'all eat tons of veggies, tons of protein. I'm gonna be making protein shakes. Okay, I heard cow eggs a ton of protein in them. So once I find more cow eggs, you guys are gonna be eating a lot of those shakes. All right.
Yes.
Thomas, that means though. I'm sorry, we might have to cut the sugar this week. Can you handle that?
What the fuck did you just say to me, Micah?
Find protein sugar. That's okay too.
Oh, okay. Sorry for a second. Whew. Okay.
I'm holding Thomas back.
Diana gets close to him. She's patting him on the shoulder, and she's like, "It will be all right. It's not forever."
Okay. Of course.
So yeah, I'm gonna look around and see if I can find a smoothie lord so we can all go start getting lunch there.
Dionys is not going to go with to find the smoothie lord and is instead going to find a restaurant that has real food in it.
All right.
I'll accompany Diana.
I'm also gonna accompany Diana.
I go down the street like really happy that everyone's really excited for this new meal plan. I look behind me like, the fuck, you guys? All right.
Wait, okay. I'm gonna double back. I feel
Well,
bad.
wait.
Michael,
How
wait.
far away did he get before he
Very
noticed?
far. This is like
Probably you guys were walking. You both started to split off to different ways, and then like Micah would turn around, see that nobody's behind you, and they'd probably be like 60 feet to your right.
Mm-hmm.
Dionys is waving.
Fine. I walk over to y'all. Fine. I guess we're getting normal food. Fuck.
We can begin to eat better tomorrow.
You gotta start early in the shit though. Fine. Fuck it. Okay. Whatever. I don't care.
So, are you guys eating? At the Gilded Goose, or are you looking for a different?
We're gonna look for an actual restaurant. Like we just got
Yeah.
money.
Let's treat ourselves.
Yeah, I want that high class.
high class stuff. Okay.
Shit.
Actually, Dionys for one is not even necessarily looking for high class. Are there any like street vendors that are selling stuff?
Make a perception check for me.
Yeah. I should know what my perception is off the top of my head. How about that? It's gonna be high though.
Yeah.
Because I rolled. Yeah. So that's gonna be a 24.
24. Yeah, easy enough. You walk through the city, and you actually you find what seems to be a man who is kind of set up like towards the center of town, a little bit closer to the library, where kind of it starts to open up, and surrounding the library there is this really, really large courtyard area where there's no buildings or houses. There's statues every once in a while of different figures from like history books and stuff. But you do actually see that there is a man who seems to have set up a stall very, very early in the week because there's no other stalls selling anything in this courtyard. But you do smell the scent of food coming from his stall.
All right. I mean, it's as good a place as any, right? Let's approach.
Okay. So you
Wait,
approach.
Monty doesn't need fuel, does he? Or does he just like run off of magic? No, not
Monty?
Buddy. Yeah, Buddy. Sorry.
Yeah, I run off of food. Buddy, he doesn't eat food.
Okay.
So you head up to the stall. There is a painted sign that just says "food" with an exclamation mark. And at the front of this, there is a half-elven man, with very elven features, a very pointed nose, pointed ears, a nice kind of chin that comes to a point. He's got a very pointy face.
He's definitely leaning towards the more elfy side.
Yes, yeah. You figure this is probably not necessarily a half elf, but a like three-quarter elf.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's standing. He's fiddling with some stuff under, and as he kind of like looks up, he's like, "Oh, hello. How can I help?
Hello. We see that you have food.
I do have food. That is the thing that I sell."
Excellent. I love the way you say it so hesitantly.
Mm-hmm.
So,
What
What's
food
going on
can
with
I?
this
Yeah,
motherfucker?
Make an insight check, Thomas.
Can I as well?
Yeah, go ahead.
I got a nat one.
This man. Okay. What's that? Natty. Oh, a 2. Okay.
Yeah.
This man, he sells food.
Sells food.
I'm gonna slam down 5 gold pieces and go, one of everything.
He scoops the gold into his hand and is like, "That'll cover it." And he puts it in his pouch, and he like reaches down and pulls out like probably about like 5 pounds of raw beef.
Oh,
And he
boy.
sets it on the counter and says, "There you go."
What the shit? At least it's a fair deal. I'm gonna put all the raw fucking meat in my cup.
Oh,
You cast destroy water on that, you get beef jerky.
Oh shit.
Thanks for eating food.
and we have no idea that there's anything wrong with this guy because we got a 1 and a
He
2.
just
I'm
looks-
really indifferent to what y'all are eating right
he's
now.
just got a personality, man.
Uh-huh.
I have to go get some more supplies now, but I'll be back.
Is that
And
it? Is that all you had?
Crouches
I bought a
down, and he pulls out a little pouch and puts it in his hand. It's like, food money, and he takes off down the alley.
Oh. Man, Zaspros. Zaspros is a
It's a crazy place.
crazy city.
Have
I'm
any
feeling good.
of you all been to Zaspros before?
I'm afraid not.
Yeah,
So,
they do this all the
is-
time.
Is this traditional Zaspros cuisine? Dionysus is going to
Make,
kind of like
I mean,
poke at the meat.
are you trying to like actually ask and like try to
She
figure
is-
out?
Actually asking this, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Make a history check.
Is this like rancid beef?
It's not like
Oh man. Oh,
it's
right.
not
That's
like
going to be
spoiled, but it's not like freshly cut. You know.
Oh
it's
boy.
a 13.
No town you've been to sells raw meat. No civilized town.
Off a street vendor.
Don't worry, guys. I have an idea. If we save this beef and we sell it to the dude at Ben's and Beef, when we go back there, we're gonna be making off like fucking bandits. Okay.
It will be very rotten by the time we get back to. I mean, do we even have plans for when we're going back to there,
That's fair.
Mosetta?
I go up, I grab a slice and say, "You guys never tried beef al dente?" And I take a bite out of it.
All right.
Take a bite out of the meat.
It like you pull and tear. You bit like right into like a fatty like a nice bit of like
Pre-cooked gristle. Love it.
yeah, like a nice like tendon that was still in the meat as you go.
So now that we're people in my party are chewing on raw beef, can I try again to see if maybe this guy stole the people's money and
Make an
I have an
insight check.
I'm talking to my guy.
that'll be a 19.
A 19. As you do this, and you look at this, and you look at the sign that says food, and you look, you kind of like look around, and it starts to click in your head as you see, a human figure coming out of the alley, with a cart, like pulling behind him as he kind of like looks up. He's like, excuse me. Can I help you?
Well,
Sure. At this point, I'm a little wary.
I had a plan, and I wanted to dig a hole and put the beef in a hole and then cover it back up. So if we ever come back here, we have like a snack.
He
like,
pulls the
ready
cart
to go.
behind him and he's now behind the little food stall, and he sets the cart behind him, and he looks down under the the place, the stall, like behind where the other guy was messing around, and then he looks back up and he says, "Did y'all just rob me?"
Oh shit!
What? No, we
Um,
talked to a man, and I gave him 5 gold for one of everything, of course, and he gave me all this fucking meat.
There was an individual here. Does he not? Is this your stall?
Yeah, this is my stall.
Oh, I think there might have been a mistake. We will gladly return your uncooked meat to you.
Yeah, I was getting my cooker to, try to start cooking up some stuff, maybe drawing some
We do appreciate
crowds.
that.
Yeah.
He
I'll
did.
take that back now.
He also took
Please.
your gold.
How much did you lose? You can be honest.
He looks down. There was like 20 gold in there.
Oh,
I was gone for like 10 minutes. I hate this
Yeah.
goddamn city.
I'm gonna
can you,
front the.
make a Thomas or Dionysus. One of you make a persuasion check with advantage.
Mine is +3.
I think mine's also +3, so
Okay.
I don't think it really matters.
I hope he ignores the bite mark in one of those steaks, because God.
Oh, mine's +4. All right,
Okay, yeah.
I'll do it.
Okay.
All you.
It's a 9, and that's going to be a 22.
Yay!
Can you tell me what this guy looked like? I want to go tell the
He-
church about it.
He was a half-elf. He had very sharp features, pointy nose, pointy ears, pointy chin. I do have a question. Did he happen to take anything personal from you?
He looks down. I mean, there wasn't really much here. It was my meat and my change bag to, make change when people bought. Did you bite the meat?
Yes, we did bite the meat. We thought the meat was ours.
I thought it was extra rare. Sorry, buddy. Hey, you know what? It was good meat. It was good meat.
It's better when it's cooked.
I'll believe that. I'll take your next steak, please.
Okay.
We gave this guy his money, right?
I
We
pull
gave
out
him-
like 20 coins, or at least like a decent chunk of coins, right?
What? How much coinage are you pulling at, like monetarily wise?
15.
Gold? 15 gold? I mean, I'll take that for a steak. Yeah, I'll make you one.
All right, buddy.
So,
He takes it. You see as he kind of like, he pulls out like a butcher's axe or a butcher's cleaver, and kind of goes and moves the meat and kind of looks, and then kind of takes it and cuts off a healthy chunk of steak. It is the bit that you bit out of, and he
Understand.
turns around, and he so he sets the meat down. He turns around to the cart that was behind him, pulls a couple things and goes, and you see the little metal cart that he was carrying behind him. There's now fire underneath it, and it's starting to heat up. It'll just be a couple minutes. God
I look him dead in the eyes.
I would like
So,
to
hey-
join Micah, looking him dead in the eyes, completely still.
actually, Hayden, quick question.
Yes.
How did I get a decent enough look at the bag of coins as
His
the guy ran off with it?
um.
I saw him take the bag.
Yeah,
right?
you saw him take the bag. Yeah.
Pointed it out too.
Yeah. He went.
Okay.
Food money, and he walked away.
Perfect. So Dionysus is going to go ahead while y'all are getting your steak, wander off in that general direction and cast Locate Object, honing in on
That's a
that
second level. Oh
universe.
fuck. Oh,
Oh,
shit.
Yeah, it is.
Ooh, I'm down for this. This sounds fun as shit.
She is not letting any of you know what is happening. She's just acting
Oh,
like she's
great.
walking off.
Well, I'm
Um,
busy staring
yeah,
down the
I'm
steak
busy.
bed with my
Yeah, y'all
boy.
have decided you were going to stare down the steak man. Dionysus is going to hunt down this guy that took his money.
Let me read the spell real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as you have seen it up close, within 30 feet at least once.
Yeah, it's familiar with you. Yeah, I mean it pings. You take a moment. You take your focus and you kind of close your eyes for a second. Focusing in.
Actually, I can narrate that if you'd like.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so what Dionysus does is she kind of like pulls out her staff in front of her and she draws her finger along the ridge of the cactus, kind of piling up on the tip of her finger all those little invisible sort of pins and needles from the cactus, kind of creating almost like a surface of paint on the middle of her finger, which she uses as kind of that sensor of where to find it.
So you take it and you focus and you pull in that fey magic that is so ingrained in you, and all of the needles that are in your hand, it was just a little like pile of needles that was on in your palm, and they kind of shake for a second, and then poof, they all point in a very specific direction, as you in your mind know that it's about 500 feet away and moving further towards the outside ring of the city.
Perfect. Dionysus is going to take off in that direction, and if she's moving quickly. She's not quite like sprinting or anything, but she's definitely moving fast.
I need you to make a dexterity check to see if you can start gaining on them. Is there anything specific you're doing to try to speed yourself up a little bit?
I'm tempted to use wild shape, but that's a little dramatic. Dionysus is just going to keep on her regular old feet. That is going to be just a dex saving throw.
Just a dex check. It can be either be athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
Athletics or acrobatics. Okay, that makes that a little bit better. That's going to be a 7. Haha.
7. So you kind of you're moving through and you're having to like dodge around people, as you know, people are kind of still like the day is still active and people are moving around. As you're moving through, as you get a little bit further, you do start to smell a little bit of cooking meat coming from behind you, and you hear a couple people notice it and start moving that direction. But the bag still seems to be getting a little bit further from you.
Okay.
You're still about 520 feet away.
She's going to continue trying to chase it down, but this time maybe perhaps realizing she might have to put a little bit more effort into it, is going to go ahead and begin to move quickly.
Okay, go ahead and make another dexterity check for me.
Woo! I'm gonna really give this a good shake. I don't want to
athletics or acrobatics for you.
Right. Aha! Nat 20, baby!
Oh, yeah.
This time, you take a second, you look at the needles pointing in the direction, you look in the direction, and you see like all the people in front of you for a second, and you kind of immediately chart a course through them as you start running, and you are gaining on the bag, and then the bag stops moving. As you continue to gain on it, and after about a minute of running, you're in the third ring of the city, definitely the lower class area, as you kind of come across and you go to an alley, and as you walk by the alley, the needles go from pointing in one direction to pointing directly in the alley, and you see the elven featured man sitting in this alley, with the bag open, just kind of pushing through it.
All right, great. Dionysus is going to kind of like dispel it. She's going to basically just like pull the little needles out of her finger and like throw them off to the ground.
Just drop concentration. Got you.
Yeah. And she's going to approach and say, "Hello, I was hoping to get a bit more meat."
It's a sick one-liner.
I don't have any.
You know, it's funny. I don't believe you had any to begin with. That wasn't yours, was it?
Make an intimidation check.
I'm not great at that.
Got a cactus jumps through it.
That would be an 11.
He kind of pulls the bag taut and stands up. He's listen, lady, I don't know what you're talking about. I am just a meat salesman, and I'm just selling some meat.
It's a good thing then that I know what I'm talking about. I don't mind that you fooled my friends, and actually, it was quite funny. I watched my teammate bite into a raw piece of meat
He was
and
out
chew
there.
it as though he actually enjoyed it, and it was extremely amusing.
Yeah, they seemed kind of stupid. I was very obviously not robbing them. I'm sorry. I was thrown off for a second. You should
Listen.
leave. You should leave. I'll be honest. It'll be better for you if you leave.
And it would be better for you if you returned the coin purse to me.
As he puts his hand on his side, kind of pushing past a coat he was wearing, putting his hand on something. He's like, I got it fair and square, so you leave now, and we got no trouble.
That isn't yours, and believe me, I am here to start trouble. And she's gonna cast Shillelagh on her staff.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
And again,
Make
whenever
one
she
more
casts Shillelagh,
intimidation check for me.
she taps the staff on the ground, and all the needles on the end of the cactus spike outwards with this glowing, almost hypnotic sort of energy to it. And yeah, I'll roll again for
Oh,
intimidation.
Dionysus magic is so cool.
That's a 16.
He's eyeing you for a second as you, and the staff, pops out, and he's like, and he starts running in the opposite direction through the alley.
Cool. Right as soon as he does that, I'm going to cast. Oh shoot! I don't have a. Yes, I do. Thorn Whip. I forget it's a cantrip.
Thorn Whip, okay.
Melee
Is-
cantrip.
Yes.
30
30
feet.
feet.
Okay. I want you to roll initiative.
Okay.
Just to see if you can get this off before he is out of your range, because you were at about 30 feet away from him. This shouldn't be a struggle for you. He rolled
Okay.
a 2.
I rolled a 22. So.
Okay. Yeah. So you immediately it's like you sense it. You see his feet shift in the dirt of the alley, and he begins to go off, and you poof. Go ahead and roll to hit.
All right. Now here's the real challenge. Oh, and that's 20.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah, you get so roll 2d6 piercing damage because you crit.
Oh
so
no!
roll
What if I
1d6.
kill this stupid motherfucker? Oh man.
I love to believe that this is how Dionysus is always out of my line of sight. Like, constantly a badass cop's looking.
That is a 5 total.
5 total. Okay, hold up. Sorry, I have to.
No,
I
no
have to
worries.
pull up the stats I have. You said 5 total?
Mm-hmm.
So you, as it wraps right around his neck as he dashes and you pull, let's see, as that happens and he his feet go out from under him and you just kind of pull him as he falls back prone onto the ground 10 feet close to you as the thorn comes back and you see there's punctures around his right around his collar line and she's as he kind of looks back and he gets up, he takes the bag of coins, he throws it at you and turns around and runs 15 feet in the opposite direction.
I could heal you if you'd like.
He flips you off as he keeps running.
Okay, fuck you too. Dionysus is going to take the bag and walk back to the stall where I'm hoping y'all are enjoying your delicious cooked steak.
As it's just the steak is just coming off the grill as he puts it on just on like a piece of not like a napkin but like a fantasy equivalent of a napkin,
Napkin.
like a piece
They're
of
not
like a little piece of
napkin.
parchment. A little piece of parchment as he sets it in back on the top of the stall and says, "There you go."
Awesome. You know, I was watching the whole time, but I can't help but feel like I missed something. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, yeah.
Took the meat and I put it on the thing.
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
I flipped
yeah.
it, and now it's yours to eat.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I'm not saying I take a bite, just raw, but like a fucking animal. Damn, that's some good steak.
It is. It's actually it's quite good. I mean, it's not like heavily seasoned, but I mean it's cooked meat, and cooked meat is good. So
Oh, where's Monty? Oh, there
Monty
you
is right next to you.
He was very distracted by the steak cooking.
So was I, if I'm being honest. I thought Monty was gone as well. I started panicking for like a hot second.
You see as Dionysus returns, as Dionysus kind of walks back up out of the alley. She was gone for maybe about maybe 5 minutes. As she returns, and you see that there's actually quite a few people have kind of gathered around this stall as he kind of looks to the rest of your party. He's like, "Is there anything else I can get you, or it looks like I have more customers coming?"
Do you know where I can buy incense here?
I don't burn a lot of incense, but
It's if I told you it's not for candy, would that change your answer?
do you use incense in candy making? I'm just a meat man.
I'm not going to.
Hey,
I'm trying to figure you out and I can't do it.
you might want to try Martin. You know,
Martin from Tools and Tasks.
yeah, he sells all kinds of shit.
Woohoo! Huzzah! I'm gonna.
Dionysus, you've approached by this time. He kind of like looks at you. He's like,
She's just going to place the coin bag on the top of the thing, and she says, "I apologize for the inconvenience. We did not mean to give you any trouble. This should have all your money in it. And I do not imagine that individual will be bothering you again."
he pulls out 2 gold pieces and he's, "Thank you."
"Please keep it. You have fed us twice over, both in enjoyment and apparently in meat."
"Thank you." As he
Yeah,
puts
it's
it
really
back
good.
in
You
his,
want a bite?
"Now, kindly, I need to ask you to move. I got other people that want some meat. Thank
Bye.
you again."
Can I turn around to the general crowd and be like, "Where can I get incense? I need / want the incense."
A couple people look at you really weird. Like, there's not a crowd. It's like maybe like 5 or 6 people that have kind of gathered in this general area.
I yell
one of them's
louder.
like, they point in the general direction of like Martin's shop. Like,
Oh, yeah.
"I don't know. I don't burn a lot of incense, man."
All right. I'm gonna, as I walk by him, I'm gonna like flick a single carvel, like Harvey Dent flicks the coin to Rachel in The Dark Knight without even breaking my stride. Just flick the caramel.
"Thank you."
Of course. Oh, friends, I need to go to Martin's if that's
Yeah, sure.
cool.
Certainly.
Sure. I mean, we've got a couple days where not a whole lot on the itinerary. I mean, we can all just kind of handle our own stuff these next couple days if that.
Oh shit,
Right?
that's true. Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, but before then, Monty, Dionysus, any of you want the steak? Super juicy.
It's It's pretty good. I
Good.
wanted to be
It's
like,
like-
oh,
it's-
the
it's
first
also
chef
like-
did better, but I can't.
It's like a 25-ounce ribeye because you paid 15 gold for it. Like it's a hefty piece of meat.
It's
I'm not gonna
it's
pick with y'all.
there's too much meat in one place. Dionysus is going to say, I have actually changed my mind. I think I would like a very nice restaurant. Monty, have you eaten yet?
I have not.
Let's go then.
Let's do it.
So easy enough. Just the two of you going. Thomas, you're going to Martin's, correct?
I am going to Martin's.
I'll go.
I
with
mean,
Tom.
I was going
okay,
to say
so-
Micah could join us. We're not trying to shut him out.
So Micah and Thomas are going to Martin's. Okay. To tools and tasks. So the two Dionysus and Monty. Easy enough to find a restaurant. It'll cost you probably about for you said you wanted a nice restaurant.
Sure.
It'll
Why
probably
not?
cost you about 2 gold pieces for a very nice meal. Salad, wine, and entrees, which you actually find a place that sells a little bit of, like, it had a fish type something on the menu, which is really weird for a city this far inland. But unless you all have specific things you'd like to talk about at dinner, do you?
Monty, I think Dionysus could probably just tell from Monty, like, he probably remarks, like, it's been a very long time since I have been able to eat at a place like this. This is real nice. He's very much, like, savoring all the food and everything.
I certainly agree. Although I am not entirely unfamiliar with the perhaps more finer foods, it is a bit nice. I'm a bit disappointed there was not more food available to more ready access. I find often in the travels I've done, if something is sold on the streets, it is worth getting. That was not the case in this instance. It was just meat, and that was very disappointing. So, Monty, I feel like I don't actually know much about you.
I mean, I kind of, I guess, play things close to the chest. But at the same time, I'm kind of a simple guy. I like my tools. I like working with my hands. I mean, this is kind of what makes sense to me. And that's what works out for me. You said you're from the Kingdom of the Wilds, right?
Yes, the Porero Desert.
What brought you to this kingdom?
I grew tired of the desert, and it simply seemed as though the Kingdom of Wall was both as near and as far as I could get from it for the time being. It's a stepping stone, I think, into perhaps something a bit more adventurous.
Hell yeah.
In a lot of ways, the Kingdom of All, it's the neighbor of almost every other kingdom, and yet I had never really been there until, I'm obviously there now. So it just seemed like the natural sort of thing. It's always been there. I've never been there. May as well go. It's the Kingdom of All, after all. If I'm trying to... Oh, that rhymed. If I'm trying to learn more about the world, surely I should go to the place where all are welcome.
Makes
Except
sense to me.
apparently kobolds.
Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. To be honest, I'd never even met a kobold, but
I'd seen a few, but never interacted with one up close. I feel like he needed moisturizer.
for sure.
Okay. So
End
the rest,
scene.
the rest of your dinner goes on quite well. What are you doing with Buddy during this time? Is he in there with you, or is he
sitting in the booth?
Is he like just politely sitting like the friend that's like not hungry is like, I'm not.
So
gonna
I
eat.
actually have a thing that I do with Buddy, where I give him 2 copper pieces, He's balancing each on one finger, and I've recorded my voice with my magical tinkering to one thing in both. So one of the coins, if somebody comes up, if anybody ever talks to him, he touches the coin and it says, yeah. To like kind of like just play along like he's listening. The other coin, if anything sketchy starts going on, it's me yelling very loudly. That is one I have recorded off separately that I keep with him. But
And so where is he during this time? Is he just like standing outside?
he's standing outside. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Pretty good.
Yeah, no. Every once in a while, like, yeah, you come out and there's like a couple, like, there's just a couple of people that kind of like walk by and like look at Buddy, but you're accustomed to that. It's a large, a formidable creature like Buddy with an anvil for a head draws attention, but nothing too terribly wrong happens to him as the sun starts to set, and I assume you have anything. Are you heading back to where are you going after your dinner?
Probably I'm good to head back to the Gilded Goose.
Okay.
Me as
And
well.
just either one mark off a gold each for your food costs. Okay. Micah and Thomas, you head towards Tools and Tasks. You walk into the familiar.
When we get to the door, I'm gonna turn to Micah and be like, "This entrance needs to be amazing. All right, we're gonna put on a show when we go inside for Martin." Because
So, hey, before we go in there, so
Yeah.
I know my motivation for the scene, right? Why do you need the incense for? Just good vibes and good times.
there's a magical thing that I've seen
Okay.
people 1,000-yard stare in my family do.
Oh,
Where when they get incense, they gather animals to them, and I think it would be fun if I had a companion, see what kind of spirit nature bestows upon me.
well, there's an animal club down the street. You don't have to go to there's a pet store down the street. You don't
I'm
have
gonna be honest, I kind of just want to see Martin again, so we gotta.
Okay.
So, is there any do you dance, my?
the stream just shot itself for a second.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Are we back?
I
Hello?
think it's good.
Hello? Are we good? Are no more poop butt farts?
Not anymore.
Okay.
But it was down for a minute.
Sorry about that. Where did y'all stop hearing? I apologize.
Sorry about that.
hey, that's you.
That's you.
That's you.
You're on stream twice.
What is this? Spaceballs? You remember that scene? in
Okay, cool. It's only for a
Spaceballs?
second or two. All right, cool. So continue. Sorry about that. I'm working to make sure that this shit doesn't happen, but
Let me okay. Let me see what I got. I could just do some fighting poses as I walk in,
Ooh,
right?
it's perfect. It's
I'll do
perfect.
some high kicks,
Yes, it's fantastic.
It's like that one scene from Predator. like-
yeah, exactly. It's
I just gotta start
Predator-
flexing.
It's Predator meets JoJo is what the vibe that we're going for when we enter this store.
Okay.
You have
I'm
press
gonna-
my stand.
Ooh, that's perfect. I'll be like your candy stand. Okay, Micah, quick. Is there a way for you to kick in the store without breaking it? Like it's like just a dramatic. Is it swingy? What type of door?
DM, is there a way I could kick in the door without breaking it?
So the door, it is a push-in door.
Okay.
You could potentially kick it in. However, there is like a turning handle that you have to turn and then push into the store.
I'll turn it
Cast
with my
mage.
mage hand.
Yeah.
Right? And then so I'm gonna cast mage hand and turn it.
Okay, you see a little a spectral hand appear, and the door is the door handle is turned.
Okay. Is that a? Do I have to roll for this? Or
So you can either attack the door,
okay.
or you can make an athletics check.
Alright.
Athletics is less prone to destroy the door. But an attack would be easier for you to do.
I feel like athletics would be also like because I can seamlessly go from there to like flexing and doing.
Okay.
Yes,
Make
exactly.
an athletics check.
Okay. That's +2. So. Oh fuck! That's a 7.
Oh boy.
I kind of kick it in.
I'm scared.
I kick in the window and not the door frame, so I just...
Yeah, so there's the door, right? And then the door has like a window in it that has like the shades drawn behind it, and so you kick like near the door handle, but you misjudge it a little bit, and the top part of your foot, like your heel still kicks the door, but the little like the balls of your feet, is that the proper term, hits the window and just as glass shatters and the door kicks open to the inside.
I stepped boldly on the broken glass. Sorry about this, but it was totally worth it for what I'm about to do, and I started fucking...
I'm using prestidigitation to make him look like oiled and vascular. A little bit of fireworks here and there. It's got to be crazy.
Micah, make a performance check with advantage.
Yes. After the
breaking this dude's window. Oh jeez, I'm crying.
Micah, what did you get, Micah?
It was a 5.
Oh. It did not go up.
It like your muscle kind of you're still kind of on that day of combat, so you're still a little hurt and stuff. You haven't taken a long rest, so as you make one pose, you're like your tricep here kind of tenses up, and as you try to move it, it's like cramped, and you got like to stretch it out.
Oh shit!
As you go in and you do all this, and you take a second and you look around, and Martin is not at the front. What the fuck? As he comes out from the back, he's like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Martin,
shit, it's you
Martin,
guys!
you have to believe me.
He goes,
Martin, Martin, it's you. Look at you go. Yeah, see, Martin,
you broke my window, didn't you?
No, I was testing out these boots on the wall that are not on my feet because I threw them off last minute out of shame. But I was testing them, and I kicked it. I kicked the door from inside.
Martin, how much does it cost to repair that window?
That's 3 gold pieces.
I'll give you 5. So real quick, Martin, we had good intentions for this. We wanted to like put on a show for you. I was gonna cut you into the meat hole idea straight up. Martin, do you sell incense?
1 second. As he walks into the back, and you hear like clanging around, like fucking, god damn it! As he pushes, you hear like a heavy like of like a metal being pushed across the ground. He's like, he comes out with like a handful about this big of just sticks of incense. He's like, I got this.
Well, I need 10 gold pieces worth of that incense, my friend.
He kind of precariously sets it on the counter, like measures his hand out and goes, and pulls about probably about 10 sticks of incense, and he's like that?
Yes, that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. Thank you, Martin.
How
Just
about
want
some Scott's oil?
Yes, we also need oil.
Okay. As he sets the incense, he takes the other, like, probably a good solid, like, 60 other sticks of incense, puts it back in his hand, walks into the back. I'll be right back! As he walks in the back and...
All right.
Stretching.
God damn it. Where?
Like, oh, let me get in there. I'm gonna try and massage Micah's arm. Are we at this level as friends where I can do this?
I would like to say so. Can you not do it with powdered sugar on your hands, though?
Oh, yeah.
Martin comes
What is
back
this?
out with a little vial. He's like, I got this!
That works for me. How
It's
much?
just like a clear... 5 gold pieces?
Okay.
Martin, what the... Martin! I already paid for the window, Martin. It's
Actually-
a vial of oil.
Yeah, it is oil. So this will be 20 gold pieces total.
Wait, I love how loose Archibald has been with his money up until the point where he's like, I would like 5 gold pieces for this vial of oil. And
It's
Archibald's
oil.
like, that's where I draw the fucking line. I
Okay.
know I...
You know what? I actually have some olive oil in my bag. I'll just use that.
He's gonna
Okay.
use the olive oil.
Now, actually, I did need to... I am so glad you guys came here. I totally forgot to ask where you were staying because... silly old me. But I did have something. Thomas.
Yes.
Interesting thing happened today for me. I went
Yes?
I went down to the library, talked to the librarian to register you guys. Really
Whoa.
exciting. I have
Yeah.
2 of your cloaks finished. I need to finish the other 3, of course. But I signed you up, and they told me that you weren't possible.
Like, specifically
I
me?
said, we've got, I got 5 people competing. We got Morton Crest. We got a robot that Morton Crest built, I think. We got, Dionys, not at the moment. And we got, Michael Lamore, and we got Thomas Archibald the 16th. And the librarian and the other 2 people that were there, they were like, you said what now? And I said, Thomas Archibald the 16th. And they said, here? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, that's... And then one of them, like, waved their hand and said some stuff. And then was like, yeah,
I'm
I think you
sorry.
should double check because that's not...
I'm sorry, Morton. Wait, your name's not Morton. Martin is what I said. Sorry, there's a lot of names that have R and tin in my mind right
Specifically me.
now. Yeah, only you.
Everybody-
Martin,
Uh-huh.
I need you to go over to that, just the parts with me one more time, and I need you to be as detailed as possible. I'll pay for the fucking oil, man.
Okay, so I went to the library.
Yeah.
The librarian was there. I said, I got a team to register. And he said, you know, like he does. And
Yeah.
I took me up to the offices, and there was the librarian and 2 people that I believe are probably involved in some way with the spring fling.
What did those people look like?
They were wearing some...
Martin.
I think we lost Hayden again.
Fuck!
Oh, no.
God.
Hayden.
Right when it was getting good.
No!
Hayden.
Okay, am I back? Am I back? Am I back? Am I back? Am I
Yes,
back?
you're back.
Okay.
You're
Give us
back.
the tea. Let us know what
Okay.
is happening.
What was the last thing I said?
What did they
there were 2
look
people.
like?
They were wearing like yellow robes, I think it was. These like really nice yellow robes.
Really nice yellow rose.
Very nice yellow robes. Like I was like, that's some nice yellow. I want to figure out who your fabric guy is because I want some of that fabric.
Yeah. Did they look old? How? What?
They were maybe in their 40s, 30s. I don't know. It's hard to tell ages. People are weird. I think one of them was probably elven to it, and another one was human.
Okay. Martin, go over again with me when you said my name.
Uh-huh.
Exactly what happened.
They
Yeah.
said, you said the 16th, and I went, yeah, the 16th, and they went, that's weird. That's not possible. And I went, he said that, and then they waved their hands in the air. They were like, hey, Thomas, are you here? And then,
Sorry, what the fuck did you just say, Mom?
They waved their hands in the air. They said, "Hey, Thomas, are you here?" And then they got back to me and they're like, "He's not here. You got the wrong guy. Did you hear him right?" And I said, "I'm not that old yet." And
Okay.
so, are you lying to me? Who
So-
are you? Am I like
So,
sponsoring a criminal? Because I don't like that. I don't like it when people give me fake names. You know.
Well,
so I really
well-
hope you didn't give me a fake name. I really hope
Oh,
nobody in your party
okay,
gave me a
so-
fake name.
Martin, I'm gonna need you to. I want to say calm down, but calm up. All right, I need you to like really get to the level with me here.
All right, I'm on the
My
level.
legal name is. I mean, technically, I'm not Thomas Archibald the 16th. Technically, that name was taken from me quite forcefully. Technically, my name is. It's fuck up shit stain, okay? And obviously, I didn't want to go around touting that because it is embarrassing that my name is fuck up shit stain, obviously. But I like the. Martin, you really put me in a bind here, man. Martin.
I mean, I'll just go back and I'll say "fuck up shit stand." I mean, that's no problem to me. I'll go re-register.
Yeah.
But I just look, man. Look, you seem nice enough. You're a really old guy. I just don't like it when people lie to me. You know?
Yeah, no, But you can understand where I'm coming from, right?
Not
My
in the
name is-
slightest. You got
No.
really nice yellow robe people that you stole one of their friends' names. That's kind of weird. Hello?
I've
We're-
stolen.
Yeah, they were talking
I've
to somebody.
stolen
They
the
said
name
Thomas, and
Thomas
then-
Arch. Oh shit! I'm gonna turn to Micah and I'll be like, Micah, I need you to do me a favor. Okay?
Yeah, what's up?
I need you. I need you to go like. I need you to go to where I said I was gonna dig the meat hole. All right, and I need you to buy me another steak because I'm having a bad day right now. I'm gonna turn back to Martin. Martin, here's all the cash. I'm gonna give him the 20 gold.
Thank you. To fuck up shit stain. That's what you want me to go register.
Please
as?
call me Thomas, right?
But that's not your
Right?
name. I don't like that. I don't like fake names. I don't want to call you.
His nickname.
Those
his
guys
nickname is
had
Thomas.
really nice robes. I don't want to be calling you that. I don't want their robes to get me.
His nickname is Tommy. Okay, just call him Tommy.
Yeah, call me Tommy.
Okay, Tommy. Tommy
Yeah,
Shitstain.
see? Oh, I'll take it at this point. Micah, scratch the steak. I think that we need to go meet up with our friends.
Yeah. Let's head on up. I needed to go do some shit there, anyways.
Yeah.
Let's head on up.
Let's gild this goose.
While we're walking, you want to explain the difference in names? to
Yeah,
me?
I'll when we all group up, I'll give
Yeah.
you the 411.
Okay.
Today is not a good day for me.
No, it isn't.
But I have to level with you. This is fuck.
Buddy, you okay? Holy shit,
I-
that's an awful name.
I think I need some alone time. And I'm gonna I'm just gonna sit in the mud and start eating caramel.
So you walk out of
Okay.
Martin's
Did you
broken
specifically
window.
find a mud puddle?
Yeah, if it's a dry day, I'm casting spells to make it wet so I can sit in mud and
Sure,
eat
easy.
caramel.
You find a little mud puddle in an alley and you just.
Oh.
You want me to go find the others? I can go do that real quick.
Yes, Micah, can I ask a favor of you?
Anything, buddy.
Do you want to give me a piggyback ride?
Can you cast clean whatever the fuck so I don't have to have your muddy backside on my body?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I'm gonna clean myself.
You prestidigitation yourself off and.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's. I'm gonna roll strength so I can carry him. I guess.
He is a old man. You don't gotta roll strength. You just
Okay.
man.
back up onto
He
your
did-
back and you.
He's
Where are
not
you heading?
surprising you like he likes to.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole lot easier to hold him when he says, "Hey, can you hold me?" and then you actually pick him up.
That's how you know he's a broken
So
man.
you head back to the Gilded Goose. About, it takes about 10-15 minutes before your other friends arrive because your outing was rather short. They had a full dinner. But you make it back to the Gilded Goose and you're sitting at the table and Dionys and Monty, you walk in and you see Micah and Thomas. You guys are at a table, correct?
Yeah. We got some chips and dip, and he is going.
Yeah. Thomas looks utterly defeated.
I got my.
Hey, Tommy, what's up?
Yeah.
Did
All right.
something happen?
So, I got some news. First of all, oh, wait, Hayden. Did Martin immediately... Would I assume that Martin would go sign me up under...
He said he was going to go sign you up as Tommy Shitstain, so...
Immediately? Did I get the sense that that was like...
You're not... He didn't say a time. He did not give you a time.
Okay.
I believe we have 3 days still until registration is needed, so we could probably change stuff.
Correct.
Okay.
You have about 2 days now, because you're end of the first day. You got a couple days. You have a few days before registration closes.
All right. So here's the deal. My friends, it's been a rough day. As you know, I am part of the Archibald family of wizards that runs the Archibald Academy of Advanced Arcana in Cantor. I was born into this line of wizards. I was supposed to be someone that I made a lot of mistakes in my youth, and ultimately I was banished from my home, and my legal name was taken from me, Thomas Archibald, and changed to a name so that wherever I went, I would be living in disgrace. And I don't know, I guess ever since I was banished, I always thought that one day I'd become strong enough in the arcane arts to reclaim my title of Thomas Archibald the 16th, but as we found today, I have been replaced in some form or fashion. There is a new Thomas Archibald the 16th. Not only that, but there are people in town involved with the spring fling that know that I am here now. It's a bad day for me, my friends. I am a very different person than the one that I was when I was young, and I'm gonna go to bed if that's.
What real quick?
Yeah. So.
Your family forced you to change your name?
Yeah, they kind of have that right. They changed my name. I didn't really have a say in it when I got,
you said there are people involved in that are here?
Yes.
They're not gonna pose any danger to us, are they?
Oh, I'm thinking we pose some fucking danger to them.
Yeah.
Hayden?
Yeah.
Would I think that we would be in harm's way for using the name that I have been using?
So, make a... Actually, no, you don't even need... This is your life. You don't need to make a history check.
Okay, cool.
So, actually, do make a history check for me real quick, just for a couple of details.
Okay, cool. We got good history out here. Oh, nat 20.
Okay. So, from your time in the academy, you know the yellow robes. We are thinking it clicks in you. The yellow robes were meant to symbolize newly inducted archmages, like people who had not necessarily like the top mages, but like they had reached the first stage of archmage.
Okay.
It's kind of like it's not a black belt, but it's not like a white belt. It's like a good, like you could kick somebody's ass, but you're not a master of the arcane arts before. It's something that takes a lot of years of schooling in the academy to reach. When you were kicked out, you were told not to use the name of Thomas Archibald XVI. But it wasn't, they didn't really give you like this is what's going to happen if you keep using that name.
Okay.
It was just you were barred from being that person.
Mm-hmm.
So you're honestly not quite sure because you've also never experienced anybody in your family, like you're the first to have this happen, you know?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna turn to my friends and be like, if I'm being 100% honest, we might be in danger. I'm not sure. My family is very strict. I don't know what's going to happen
Thomas,
because of this.
your name is not for other people to dictate. Names, in the long scheme of things, are incredibly arbitrary and really have no natural meaning in terms of how we relate to the world at large. How we choose to name ourselves is simply a shorthand for our identity on a day-to-day basis. I don't think that... Oh, I slipped into British. I'm sorry. Ooh. Ooh.
It's all pirate.
I do not believe... I do not believe that any of us will hold your choice of identity against you.
No.
And if anyone else tries to, we will certainly take up for you. Your identity is yours to choose, not to be dictated by anyone else.
I think Archibald is gonna sob into the arms of his friends. It's a Dionysus are supposed to be very comforted by that. Thank you. Thank
And
you.
Dionys is in the middle of the hug, going to gesture to the bartender and say, "We need a bottle."
Okay. As the woman goes and brings you a
I
bottle.
didn't know
of
your
wine.
mena worked here.
No. That was the voice of what's her name?
Oh yeah, that's right. The gnomish woman who works there.
Yes, the gnomish woman. She said, "Okay, your manners up here."
Oh, silly me.
Thought you could escape
Well, where is
your
she?
mana.
Thomas, I gotta tell you something. You know the opportunity this is, right? You've been handed a fucking golden opportunity. We're about to compete in a tournament that these people who know your family are going to be heavily involved in. You're going to show your stripes as a true wizard with this. You understand that, right? We win.
Oh, shit.
We win. We show them the real fucking Thomas Archibald. Not the 16th, the best.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
You're right. I didn't think about this. Oh, it's time for my reckoning.
Yeah.
You guys want to... I'm going to take out my instance. You guys want to go help me get a fucking new friend?
Fuck yeah.
Sweet. Is there... Would it be... Can I feasibly go to the forest at night? Like, because it's night, right? Because you said it was evening earlier.
Like a park.
Yeah, I mean, it would take like a decent journey, like an hour there, hour back. And remember, you guys still haven't fully long rested from your your last day's exploits. So
That's true.
I'm just do it on the roof.
I'm going to turn to my compatriots and be like, well, I'm going to go to bed. But tomorrow, as the sun rises, I'm going to venture out into the forest and cast a spell. So, if any of you want to come, great. If not, that's cool. But I'm tired. I've had a tough day.
If that's slang for
Thomas, just
smoking ganja, then I'm down.
Thomas, just so you know, that there is you could feasibly like perform the ritual in your room. It doesn't require that much space. But but if you want to go to the forest, do that. You can.
Yeah, I want the aesthetic.
Okay.
To call upon this animal as the sun rises.
Before Thomas goes upstairs, I do just want to take a little moment and kind of grab his shoulder and just say, hey, I know how much it fucking sucks to lose a name. So don't let anybody ever fucking tell you what your name is, okay? And if there are consequences to that, then we'll take them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give him a good hearty clasp on the back. Actually, I'm going to, for the first time ever, escort Thomas up to his room and offer my arm to Yellow Brick Road him.
Oh, this is a big moment.
So you guys Yellow Brick Road upstairs. It's a little bit difficult. You kind of like stumble over each other, but you make it up enough, and you can Yellow Brick Road down the hallway, arm in arm, skipping down the hallway just like the Wizard of Oz.
Buddy on one side.
Yeah, your buddy. Yeah, as you go, and rest comes to you all after a long day for all of you. You awaken the next day. Is there anything, Thomas? Easy enough to make your way out to the forest. Is anybody anybody accompanying him?
How early is it?
Yeah.
How early
It's
is
like
it?
dawn. Like it's like the sun's not up. Like I want to cast this as the sun goes up. It's fucking early.
Oh man.
You don't have to come.
No. Dionysus wants to support you. Dionysus does it, but she's clearly very groggy.
Monty definitely goes. I think I'm very interested in seeing the kind of like runic workings of everything and like how you put it all together in an arcane sense.
So
Micah just finished his morning push-ups from training this morning, so of course he's down.
So everybody goes. It's easy enough to find your way out of the city into the woods. You sit there for a minute, for about 10 minutes. You ritual casting this, correct?
Yeah, if there's like an area that's like fucking majestic, like the trees don't, like a clearing where we see the sun, or like a cliff, that's the type of energy that I'm going for here.
Make an investigation check.
Okay, very cool. All right, my investigation. We got a 17.
Okay. You're able to actually find a place. You find this really nice little area where there are 2 trees that have grown up, and then they kind of, for some reason, like they curve into each other, almost making this wooden archway that you're able to sit in, and there's flowers growing at the base of these 2 trees as they kind of their branches and leaves kind of mingle into each other as they get to the top. As you sit down, you take out your spell book, open it up, you take out the incense, you make a small circle around you, and you're burning as you're casting this spell ritually. The rings on his fingers, you watch as the rings on his fingers kind of glow, and after about 10 minutes, you see as he's kind of carved into the dirt these sigils around him, as the smoke from the incense, just as the incense kind of burns up its last bit, the smoke kind of surrounds Thomas and then goes into right in front of him as he kind of moves his hands up and down. As what do you create, Thomas, with this fine familiar spell?
I'm just going to call out magics that guide the universe. what animal does my soul deserve? And I'm gonna fucking cast this fucking spell.
Okay, so the smoke from the incense is gray. It's like this gray smoke that gathers, and then it starts to glow blue, and it sparkles almost like stars in the daytime as it forms, and it has this rough shape as it begins to solidify, starting at the feet. As you see these, it solidifies into these orange webbed feet that go up and then go into this white feathered body with a long neck that comes up, black eyes and an orange bill, as then there standing in front of Thomas is a goose.
Oh, Goose!
This is because every day Thomas Archibald XVI wakes up and chooses violence.
Yes.
I'm gonna try to hug my goose.
The goose hugs you back. Its neck wraps around like your neck.
Oh. Oh.
Ah!
Oh, indeed. Do you have a name? My... Yeah. Gerald, indeed. Gerald, we're going to travel the world together, Gerald. Gerald, these are my friends. Come meet my friends, Gerald. I'm gonna try to get my goose to come meet my friends.
It obeys all your commands. You don't have to force it to do anything. It will do whatever you tell it.
But it is a goose.
Yeah, come meet my friends, Gerald. Guys.
Is this like your familiar now, or?
Yeah, this is my familiar. It's a fucking goose.
I love this.
How cool is this?
I try to shake with its foot or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, go for it.
Its webbed foot kind of springs out and as it shakes your hand.
Very good.
Yeah.
Dionysus is also very pleased to meet Gerald. She is definitely going in for the hug, though.
Yay!
You get that,
She
that
says-
neck around your back.
She says, Gerald, I am very pleased to meet you. She's gonna go in for the hug.
Monty will kneel down and it's kind of awkwardly like, hey, buddy, I'm Monty. Nice to meet you there, pal. I'm still trying to be nice to Thomas and just be very welcoming of all this. I give it a little pat on the back. Yeah.
As its feathers kind of sprout out and come back in. Okay.
All right, well, this is fun.
I'm sorry, Clayton, it looks like you're drinking a bottle of almond extract.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what I like to drink, okay? Keeps my throat loose. It's a bottled Jack and Coke. It's disgusting, but it's
okay.
quite tasty.
Oh, that's disappointing.
So, you guys have about a couple of days before you get the journal back. Is there any specific things you'd like to do in these 2 days, or would you just kind of like to zoom on to that moment? It's up to you guys.
No, I'll let one of you guys go first. Sorry.
Real quick, I'm gonna go to Micah. Micah, come with me, and I'm gonna go off to a little side space in the forest.
Okay.
And I'm going to use Mage Hand to dig a hole, and I'm going to empty out all of my candy into the hole, and I'm going to cover it back up and go, train me, Micah. I need to be in my best possible shape for this tournament. Train me. My body is your temple, my friend.
Okay. Well, we can start by you running back to our hotel.
All right, let's go. Gerald, let's go.
Let's go. Oh, yeah, I'm going to try and keep pace alongside him as he's running.
Easy enough to keep pace with him. Thomas is not... he's not as physically trained as you are, Micah.
That's okay.
As you make it back to the Gilded Goose, Thomas quite winded from running.
Oh,
Make sure you hydrate, buddy. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'll go. So I'll go inside to the Gilded Goose. Be like, hey, check it. I'm gonna point to my goose. It's like it's on theme because I didn't even. Can I have a water, please? I'm quite winded.
Okay, I'll get you some water. Are you wanting to sell that goose to us for food or?
What? Excuse you?
People bring us birds sometimes to,
It's a familiar. Just leave it alone for now.
Okay, don't let it cause any trouble, I guess.
It won't. Gerald
You'll
is...
pay for it. She brings you two mugs of water for both of you.
Can I telepath? Because I can telepathically communicate with it if it's within 100 feet. I'm gonna be like, Gerald, what do you make of this? What do you make of this goose? What do you make of this goose restaurant? How do you feel about it?
Oh no!
You hear in your mind.
Indeed, Gerald. Indeed.
It can't necessarily speak to you.
Okay. Yeah.
But it can honk to you telepathically.
That's more of like a you can give it commands telepathically, like.
Oh, okay.
Line directed
I was
God right
confused.
there.
Rather than it be like, I'm Gerald the Geese.
I hope that's.
But that is what it was saying.
No.
Once you do talk with animals with it, definitely.
Gerald.
So
Look at you go, Gerald. Just proud to watch Gerald walk around in circles. Look at him go.
So as we're watching him go, I'm gonna write down a little plan on a piece of parchment for him. You just gotta do this every morning. I'll be working out in my room. We might choose a different spot because Dionysus already can't get to sleep with me in the room. So we can go somewhere else. There's a little gym nearby, I think. Maybe, I don't know. That might be.
Can we do the Ninja Turtles movie? How they train in the forest before they go rescue Splinter? You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't. Sorry.
Oh shit! Of course, Hayden does. I made Hayden watch it.
So you're training. Anybody else doing anything specific as the days approach?
I mean, so Dionysus and Monty, I imagine, are casually walking back to Zaspros. Dionysus is going to take that opportunity to say, he does seem to be in better spirits than he was last night.
Yeah.
I think it means a lot that we were there for him.
For sure. I was kind of worried. He's usually the most easily happy. I didn't like seeing him like that. I mean, this goes for everybody, but it's been very good for me to be traveling with people that can talk. I kind of nod to Buddy. I don't know. I didn't expect to care so much when he was upset, but it really pissed me off, and I'm glad he's doing better now.
Admittedly, it was such a severe departure from his usual temperament, but I think that he appreciates that you were so quick to defend him. Was that, and I hope I am not overreaching with this, is that perhaps a touch of personal vindication as well?
I mean, fucking who doesn't have family shit, right?
Yes. Who does not?
Yeah, I mean, it's a long story.
No worries. I imagine that we will be traveling together for a very long time. At least until one of you die. I will outlive all of you.
I guess that's true. Is that a sad thing for you? I guess you just kind of have always known that, right?
It's not something I take particular pleasure in, but at the same time, it is simply a fact of existence in a lot of ways.
For sure.
I think that the people who live shorter lives are able to do so much with it. Where I come from, the people live much longer than even I ever will. Um, and at times it's difficult. I always want to feel important, and I want to feel like I will have a lasting impact. And sometimes it makes me sad that I won't be able to live as long as they will, and to see so much as they will. But I think that simply we are different in this world, and I can be upset about it as much as I'd like, but it will not change it.
You say you won't live as long as them?
Mm-hmm.
Why is that?
They were already very old when I met them, and they will live a very long time after me.
Okay.
They are not like us. Mm-hmm.
Very well.
I'd like to go back to bed.
Let's do it.
As you guys are
I mean, I'm
walking
not
back-
going to bed, but
As you guys are walking back, you see our footprints. You see me and Thomas's and the duck prints. And then you see
Duck Prince.
somebody's and duck prints. And then you see duck prints. Who was carrying who?
Okay.
When there was only one set of duck prints,
In
the goose
sand.
carried us.
And then the hook was in the car door.
So the rest of the day goes on without much issue. In case there's anything specific y'all like to do.
When Dionysus wakes up, she does actually want to see if there is a temple of healing within Zaspros.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and you ask around, and you're able to find that there's you ask around and you learn of this place called the. Let me make sure I have this right. The Church of Order. Which you ask around, and it is a temple of healing. It is a place for clerics, but it also is the police of this city. The guards are, and the law is enacted by the Church of Order.
I mean, ACAB, but
Yeah.
you know.
But this
Dionysus-
is a fantasy world. Cops can be good here.
And that is a fantasy world.
But yeah, so that is what you see as the Church of Order.
Okay, well, Dionysus is going to see if they could perhaps use some of her healing skills. Both out of kind of a sense of guilt that she almost decapitated some man yesterday, but also because, I mean, seeing people who need help in understanding who they are and what it is that they need is a really clear way to understand a community and how they function.
Okay.
What better way to understand a culture than see how the weakest and the most struggling among them are living?
Okay, so you enter the Church of Order. It's near the library. It's still in the upper ring, but it's near the other. But it's not next to the library. It's just in the general area, kind of past that courtyard square area. The building itself, there seems to be a main building, and on the top is a very ornate bell, and the main building itself kind of goes out into this large. It's made of stone. There's a few windows around, and there's these wooden doors that as you enter, you see there is it's a large open space where there are people in armor kind of bustling around, talking. It's a very lively area, and in the center, there is a statue of a man covered in hood. His face is not shown, holding a bell out with a hammer, looking as though he's striking the bell. And in front of him is an altar with, you know, like incense burning and such. And as you enter, some people like look, and a dwarven man with a oddly tightly kept beard. Like most dwarves that you've interacted with have sizable beards, but this man is just like shaved down just to like a like Clayton's beard, very much like Clayton's beard is what he has, but blonde. So he says, "How can I help you?"
Well, I was wondering if you could perhaps use the aid of a healer.
We have many healers here that are part of the church already. You are?
My name is Dionys. I come from the Porero Desert, and, well, I figured you could never have too many healers.
I'm Darian. I'm
Darian?
the head priest here at the Church of Order.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Darian.
Unfortunately, we don't hire many people. We keep a lot of our healers within our those that were trained by us, just for accountability, you know.
I am not looking to be hired. I am simply asking to volunteer for help. If you do not wish to use my healing skills, that is all right. But I would like to help in any way that I can.
Ask around, and he asks around, and you find some work for the rest of the day, just kind of helping assist with like they put you to menial tasks, basically. You're not actually healing people. You're like crushing ingredients for potions, or running out to get supplies from different places. It's very menial work.
Yeah, but in the process, I mean, Dionys learns more about where things are.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
You
presumably gets to know
you
more.
start to get a grasp of the city, kind of what rings provide what, and sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm writing stuff down. You know, you familiarize yourself with the city just a little bit, not too much, because they don't really have you run errands a bunch. They keep you in the actual temple a lot. And there's actually what's up?
I was gonna ask if I got to know any of the healers there in the process.
Sure. There'll be a couple. I can delve into that.
We'll cover that
I'll
later.
let you know. Yeah, I'll let you know who you meet. Because I don't want to spend
Bog
a lot of
anything down.
time introducing all of these characters. But
Well,
we'll
then there's
talk-
Harrison the Bold, and he's yeah.
But you do notice that there's a couple of times during the day where people who you assume to be of the paladin type are bringing in like you notice at one point there was somebody who's being like brought in through the temple, sits down, gets processed, and then is escorted out of the temple by these two paladins to where you assume the prison barracks would be.
Okay.
Anybody else have anything they'd like to do for this day?
I would like to go to the library.
Okay.
And if I end up, happening upon the librarian at any point, I would like to just,
Anything specific you're looking for at the library?
Yes. So I'm going to be researching, trying to find anything at all about the effect that we saw at the clenched fist,
Okay.
or the giving bird, the solidified air, and see if that is something that could potentially be replicated with a more technical or arcane approach.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Will do, boss.
While he's doing that, I want to say that I also am probably going to be going to the library, so I might as well tag along with him as he's doing this.
And that'll be a 17 from me.
Okay. What are you, Thomas and Micah, what are you guys looking for?
I'm just like looking for like anything that would, like if there's any books on like magic, specifically like fire magic or combat magic, evocation magic, like I'm trying to get my body and mind ready for this spring fling.
But yeah.
Okay. Anything more specific than that? Or okay, cool.
No.
You should go buy
Micah?
a bunch of meat to go punch.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see if they have any books about the histories of the tribes north of the Kingdom of the Wild, just to see if they
in the northern section of the Kingdom of the Wilds. Okay. Make investigation checks, both of you.
Not one, baby.
What's it after modifiers?
After modifiers, it's a, you said investigation, right?
Investigation, correct.
After modifiers, it's an 8.
Give me a second. That's a -1 for me. No, I didn't roll it yet. My modifier.
Oh, okay. I was like, Jesus Christ.
I might go and see if I can get help from any of the balls, since those might be better use.
Yeah, I would. This is more of like you finding important things in your reading. Like this is less of
I got you.
finding books and more finding the information within the books.
That was a 14.
14? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll start with you with looking for the history of the tribes. So the Kingdom of the Wilds is in itself a very nomadic kingdom. Lots of people, like there's not a lot of cities in the Kingdom of Wilds. There are some, but most are tribal based, orcs, goblins, those that don't really fit into society. And most just kind of, it's very much kind of, you stay in your business, we'll stay in ours. There doesn't tend to be lots of books, especially in the Kingdom of All, about the nomadic tribes. They're kind of just like looked over as like, there are orcs. Sometimes there are tribes that will venture into the Kingdom of All through the Perero Desert in attempts of seeking destruction for other like orc deities that are more in the lines of, hey, we want destruction of society. But there are also tribes that are hunter-gatherers that just kind of exist in their own. But you don't find a lot on specifically the tribes up there. Thomas, you read through, you don't really find a lot about things. You know that you read about, the ley lines that run through the material plane themselves, that kind of each one focusing on a specific cadence of magic that that like each school of magic draws from a specific point of arcane ley line that actually runs through the material plane itself. So not a lot that you don't already know.
Okay.
You read about other mages in the past who have been battle mages, and you read of there's stories of spells of people creating walls of fire to separate armies, to stop combat. You read of stories of people creating swarms of heavenly fire to rain down on enemies, and things like that. Monty, you find you read that the process of solidifying elements is not something that is common, but it is something that is known. There are stories you read of ancient weapons whose blades were forged from fire itself. Hammers whose head were boulders of immense size, but were still able to be wielded with human strength. Things like this. Nothing on how to craft them, but you said you were level 17, correct?
Yes.
Enough to think that there's musings of potentially forges in the Kingdom of the Peaks that might have enough, like a forge engrossed in the arcane energy that would be able to forge things that were not metal. But it doesn't specifically say where it's located. It seems to be a closely guarded secret of the Kingdom of the Peaks.
All right.
At the end of your day, researching in the library, the librarian actually approaches the three of you. He says, "Good evening. How have you been enjoying our library? I see you've been here quite some time."
It's incredible. It's great stuff here.
Very well. That's
Yeah,
very
it's
good.
awesome.
I actually had a little bit of extra time on my hands and was able to finish your project a little early. Very glad that you came by. I had a friend who was in town who was able to break the curses binding this object. Now, I have lots of this was not necessarily translatable, as only a small portion of this was actual text. Lots of this seemed to be actual our arcane instructions and notes. Not a lot of actual writing in a sense. I have made copies of it for my own going over, but he reaches down and he pulls out, you see the notebook with pieces of parchment sticking out of it that seem to be bookmarked in different places as he hands it towards you. Sets it on the table in front of you and says, "But that being said, I hope this helps to some degree, and have a good rest of your day."
Thank you. We
Thank you.
greatly appreciate it, sir.
Yes.
I look forward to seeing you compete at the Spring Fling. I spoke to Martin earlier, and there was a bit of a misunderstanding revolving around a couple of your party members. But that has all been squared away now, and I look forward to the competition.
A couple?
Just in terms of, there was a bit of payment where he was like, "Oh, I've got these people," and I was like, "Oh, well, is the I asked if your friend Buddy was competing, and that was an undue charge that Martin was not expecting, but it has all been squared away now." As I will take my leave, and he walks back into the light. Yes.
Before you go, I just want to say, history on the tribes north of the wilds. I just want to tell you it's a little inaccurate. I can't find a lot.
Well, there are a lot of books here, and perhaps another day might yield better research.
Sure, but just in case, find somebody who knows about the history of the soiree for me. It's a great. I love how it's really dramatic.
All right.
And I'll head out with that.
All right. So, you all have your day as the sun draws to a rest, and you return to the Gilded Goose with the journal in hand.
Is Dionysus here yet?
Yes, Dionysus would meet up with you back at the Gilded Goose.
All right. Who
He's
wants to
already
do
got
the
another
honors?
bottle of wine.
Of course.
Hell yeah. Tommy, you want to take a crack at this bad boy?
Of course. I'm gonna open the book and I'm gonna read the translation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
Condor.
So you open the
Yes,
book.
Mordor speech.
I was thinking Evil Dead.
Oh, okay.
So, as you open the book, the first page has now been, like, the text is no longer moving as you watch it, and there's a slip of paper that seems to translate what the title of this book is, and it says, "An Exploration of Mozetta for the Grace of the Phoenix King by Tallard, Reborn in Flame." Then you immediately open it to the next page, in which there is arcane notes and things that seem to be resembling a spell. Thomas, go ahead and make an Arcana check for me.
Oh shit! All right,
We find a cabin in the woods.
I got an unnatural 20.
A dirty 20?
Indeed.
So you read through this and you look at these and you recognize different glyphs and you start to realize that it is an evocation spell. You don't really recognize, and you kind of you see, like, oh, I could cast this, like, you know how to do it, and then you look back over it, and another, like, tiny glyph that you didn't notice kind of catches your eyes for a second as the whole process of the spell kind of comes in, and you realize this is a self-destruction spell. If you were to have finished your, like, musings over it and, like, traced the sigils in the air, it would have incinerated the book. But you catch this sigil just right at the last moment, and you're like, oh, fuck, oh, shit.
Oh shit, guys, this is real. So I relay the whole Phoenix King thing, and I'm like, and there was like a built-in magic self-destruct system. This is almost fucking 86. Okay.
So,
keep reading.
You flip through, and the next page is the first. It's a journal entry dated approximately 4 or 5 months ago, that says, "I've arrived on the outskirts of Mozetta to begin my experimentation. Not much of a first entry today, because there is much to do in this humble cabin." Then you flip through a couple pages, and a couple days later, there's so the other pages between these journal entries are almost what looks like scratch paper, where notes have been written, sigils have been drawn, nothing resembling an actual spell, but resembling somebody testing things and writing them down. It wasn't fully translated because there really wasn't a way to translate it, but you do recognize them as arcane notes. It's like looking at a math equation, basically. It's just this scratch paper through this. And then there was another journal entry a few days later. "I ventured into the city for the first time for some supplies I needed for my research. I was able to find a ruby for the elemental experiment. The city itself has a presence of Aarakocra I was not expecting. The black-feathered one I met today in the market seems to be more than just a supply gatherer. But it won't matter when this town is purged." Another few pages of experimentation until another journal entry about a week later. "The first experiment did not go as planned. The aspect of Flaros was unstable and almost burned down the cabin. I was able to restabilize and extinguish it with only minor damage to my living space. Unfortunately, I will have to return to town for more supplies." More notes as another few days passed to the next journal entry. "The king called upon me today for a progress update. I told him of this journal and he told me to destroy it. But he doesn't understand how important this book will be when we establish our new kingdom. It is the first history book, and I have protected you so that you will be unread by the unworthy." Another few pages to another, a couple days later. "My second journey into town went well. I went to a candy store for the component I need to summon a smaller aspect of Flaros, and the woman was extremely sweet, for lack of a better word. It is a shame she will meet the same fate as the citizens of Starhaven, but it is all for a better world." Another few 4 or 5 pages of notes until another week later. "I figured it out. I stabilized the small aspect. I've created a small magma creature that unfortunately exploded too quickly. But the explosion was controlled. I need to figure out how to keep it around so I can send it to town and start causing some chaos on the king's orders. And after this page, Thomas, you see this. There is another fully formed spell. This one, not a trap spell, but an actual written spell that you could transcribe into your spell book. That seems to be able to summon a magmin, as it's called, a little small magma creature. Summon it just long enough for it to do something and then explode. I will get you the details of that spell after the session. And for anybody that would like to know, that those details will be on our Twitter. And then another week later, a third venture into the city was had today as I needed more sugar. It seems the magmans I sent towards the city have caused quite the stir. Guard outposts have started popping up near every major entrance. Luckily, I didn't have much trouble as I ran into Mariah and she covered for me. It was actually quite nice. But creations are still going as planned and I grow more powerful. And then another week later, still another 4 or 5 pages, and it says, I have another meeting with the Phoenix King today. I'm excited to share with him all the progress I've made. It will make him proud for sure. And then, after this, for about 50 pages, there are no journal entries. It is just notes and scrawlings of like being like stabilize this or use this supply. Nothing, no more journal entries for like a thick 50 pages. It is just scratch paper until the last page of this journal, the last page that is written in, that has a relatively long journal entry dated about a couple days or about a day or two before your journey began. And it is about 3 months passed between these last 2 journal entries. And it says, I don't think I made the right decision. Today, just as I sent the magmans towards the city with the elemental gem, I got a knock on my door. Mariah came to me with a basket of cookies just to check up on me and say hi. I don't know how she found me, but she did. I tried to get her to stay with me for the day and the night just to spare her from the horrors that await her home, but she insisted that she needed to watch over her shop. I know that the king had barred me from writing in this journal, but I need somewhere to put my emotions down. It is too late for me to stop what has already been put into motion. I long to return to the simpler days back in Domot when my belief in this cause was steadfast. Nevertheless, things are how they are. I'm in too deep. And that's where the journal ends.
What is the name of the place again?
I long to return for the simpler days back in Domot, where my belief in this cause was steadfast. Nevertheless, things are how they are. I'm in too deep. And that is where we're going to go ahead and end tonight's session.
Oh, damn.
Thank you, everybody, so much for watching. We will be back next week. The journal entries, I will put them on our Twitter if you would like to read over them yourself. And I will also be putting the spell aspect of the Magman on our Twitter as well, in case you want to use that in your home games. But until next week, we all bid you adieu.